Alright, good afternoon guys. Today I'll talk about this question here. It's called the clock. So firstly, let us see the question. So what we want to do is that we have 9 clocks here, and then our mission is that for each of these marks, it's actually what do you call that? Never mind. It actually means like 9 o'clock, 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and 3 o'clock here. Our mission here is to dial all of them to 12 o'clock with the minimum moves. Okay. So what we're gonna do, how are we gonna dial them? Is that for every dial here, one move, we are going to add 3 hours, which is 90-degree clockwise to the clock. For example, this one here, 6 o'clock, will become 9 o'clock when we dial them once. Okay. So firstly, the clock will only be at 3, 6, 9, and 12 o'clock, and then all moves here is actually the available moves that we have. 9 types of them, and this every individual is which clock are we going to dial. It's like A, B, D, and E. We are going to dial them 3 hours forward, 90 degrees. Okay, so the thing we need to know is that for every moves, we actually can only do them 3 times. Why? Because at the 4 times, all these clocks will actually make one big turn 360 degree and back to their original. So there's no point making them the 4 times moving. So for each move, we make 3 times. That will be the maximum. And then the sequence of making this move doesn't actually matter, because if we move 1 first, then move 2, or move 2 first, only move 1, it's actually will have the same result. So that is the things that we have to note. So what are we actually need to do is that we are going to have this input, which is the clock A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, H, I, given by the input, which is their current time. Our mission is that make them all 12. So the output is that this is the output. What do we need to do is that we find the minimum move. The move here is actually this move, using this set of move, not randomly taking. Using minimum types of move to make them all 12. Then this is the steps given. Notice that it's actually in ascending order, because the sequence of moves doesn't really matter, so we just line it up in the ascending order. So what am I going to my solution, the way that I do is that I actually search through all possible combinations of this move. Every move can be done repeatedly, maximum 3 times, as I say, since the 4th time is useless. So there will be actually we can do the move like 0 time, 1 time, 2 time, and 3 times. So with all 9 moves combinations, we have actually 4 to the 9s of possibilities. So we search through all possible results, and then during searching, we confirm that whether each individual clock has they all become 12. If yes, we mark down the moves and the number of moves. For example, here it's 4. We take 4 steps to complete the clock to all 12, and then we mark it down. We compare, we check whether is it the minimum. So every time we search through, we mark down the minimum. If it's minimum, then we take that as a result. Then if it's not minimum, we ignore it. So let's go into detail with this code here. So firstly, I'll have this. This is the minimum move that we are going to take. Like the maximum is that 20. It's actually 27. So I set it as bigger than 27. So why is this so? Because there are 9 moves, and every move maximum we can dial it. We can replay it 3 times. So 3 times 9 is actually 27. So this string here is to record the correct move of the minimum move that we are going to print out later. And then this is actually the dials. This is actually since let me show you here. This is actually this thing. You see, I just changed it to numbers, so it's easier for me to dial the clock. So this A is actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is actually 1, 2, 4, 5 as stated here. So this is move 1, move 1. I'll set empty one since it's 0. There's no 0, sorry. There's no 0 here, so I'll just make an empty one so that I'll do, my processing will be easier later. So moving on, this is the dials, this is the move that we're going to print, and this is a minimum move. So this will be the main method we have. So this, firstly, we intake all the clocks given by the question. This here, we have same way, an array of 10, so 0 will be empty since the 0 clock is useless. So this A, B, C, D will be 1, 2, 3, 4. We store it into here. And then the second step here is that we find, this is actually processing, which will be here. I'll explain later. And finally, we'll print out the result. So moving on, this will be the algorithm. Well, there are actually a lot of types of combination searching you can do, but this will be the simplest to understand. So this 9 loops nested here is actually making all possibles of, let me show you. How do I do this? Is that every 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is actually the moves, 9 type of moves that we have. So making this loop, we can actually try the combination of 0, 0, 1, 2, I mean, random, all kinds from 0, 0 to 3, 3, 3, all 3. So this loop will perform this from 0, 0 to 3, 3, 3, 3, all possible combinations. So with this, we will search through all 4 to the power of 9 possibilities. So moving on, we'll just make a temporary clock. I clone it because I don't want to affect the original clocks. So with these combinations making from here, as stated, like for example this 0, 0, 1, 2, 1 here means that I make the move 3 once, 2 means make the 4 move, the 4 type of move twice. So these are all the combinations that how are we going to mix all these moves. So with these combinations here, we dial the clock. How does this really work? So I'll show you the dial clock. This is the clock we're taking in, and this is which move. Which move actually means here. If the move is 4, then I'll perform this move, ADG. So this move here, 4, assuming 4 that, so we dial the 4th array, which is the 4th one here. So we move the 4, 1, 1, 7, 4. So moving on, so this is the line we loop through from 1, 4, and 7. Then every move we add 3. If it's more than 12 means I'll go back to 3. So the loop here is actually from 1, 4, then 7. So we'll dial the clock for this particular move. So with every combination, like here we'll dial the 3rd move once, then we'll dial the 4th move twice. So this is the dialing itself. So after dialing, so we'll check whether has the clock become everything 12. So this will be the checking. We loop through every clock from 1 to 9. So has they all become 12? If yes. If no, then we ignore. If yes, then we will sum up. This is actually the summation of all moves. So like here, 0, 0, 1, 2, add up, we actually use 3 moves together. One third move, 2 fourth move. So we add them up. Then this, while moving on, we actually jot down this. It's like how do I say? Like I use the 3rd move once, then I 4. I use the 4th move twice, then 4, 4. This is how I jot it down. Then this is the temporary string for it to store this thing down. Then I check whether this number of moves is less than the previous collected move. So is it the minimum possible, since we meet the minimum possible move. So if it's smaller than any previous result we get, so we just jot it down as the new smallest number, and then we will just make it as our result for now. So we move on every single possible, then we check out it, and then we finally print out this this move combination that have, which is the minimum that we got. So yeah, I think that's all from me. All right, thank you. Okay, done.